really like that a lot because it almost reminds me of like it's like a goal based thing where it's like this. It's almost like a like returning back to like the roots of like hunting an animal or something where it's like here's this goal that we're all doing, like, okay, let's kind of self-organize around this, and like I'll go this way, you go that way, and does this work? Okay, I want to work with you. All right, let's do it. And like that, instead of hunting that animal, we're creating value in the world, and there are these targets that we're shooting for. Versus, you're going to go hunt the animal, and meanwhile someone's around and stabbing you in the back because they want to steal your position to be the first one to kill the animal, right? Like that's capitalism. Brutal. It's insane. So it's like I really like the idea of Copiosis measuring the value of the outcome versus the actual actions themselves. I read that's a really cool.
And the delay. The delay is important. So it's like the delay that occurs. So like today, you can do a really shitty thing that in the short term benefits a lot of people, make a lot of money, and then it turns out your thing is really crappy and you don't have to give your money back. Mm-hmm. In Copiosis, that doesn't happen because either you've really thought about the outcome to the best of your ability because you have time to do that in Copiosis. You're not competing with the other people. And so you weeded out a lot of the potential negative repercussions of your act. And secondly, there's a whole bunch of people watching what you're doing. And so there's a high likelihood that they're going to catch something really terrible before you get your rewards. And then you have the opportunity to do something about it. It's not like you're going to be penalized if your thing produces crappy results. You have the opportunity to fix it and still later on become a net benefit billionaire.
So to expand on that, so the reason for the reward is that, for the delay, is that there are some actions that might be so unlike previous actions that the outcomes of those actions are not yet understood.
Yeah.
Right. So when we do understand, like if there's an action that's well understood and we have a good idea of what the outcomes are, the award can generally be distributed pretty quickly. Right. Pretty much as soon as the outcome is measured in the world. But when, let's say somebody's developing a cure for migraines that hasn't existed before, and so we haven't done any studies on this cure. We don't really know exactly what these side effects might be, the outcomes are. So maybe it cures migraines, but 10 years down the line, everybody's limbs falls off who's taken that drug. Right? So that's why it's important for there to be for the outcomes of any given action to be well understood before the award is distributed. And that might mean that like a scientist working in a lab is not rewarded for their work until 10 years down the line. But it's fine because they're doing what they're passionate about in the meantime. And if they're successful, they'll be rewarded very nicely after 10 years or whatever the trial period is that it takes in order to be confident about what those outcomes are. And they're not going to starve in the meantime or anything.
And also, we know that, what do they call it? What kind of research is that? It's research done for research's sake. There's a name for it, but we know that kind of research adds value to humanity. So this researcher who's working on this migraine solution is still going to be receiving MBR on the way because they're conducting this research. This academic research, or whatever it's called. Even if they fail,
they're adding towards the knowledge of, the knowledge of failure cases.
Yeah, and what's great about that is it's rewarding the process versus the outcome as well. I mean, it's really like I'm going to be doing something that I'm passionate about and I've taken time to study and that I'm good at, and by doing that, I can live a happy, healthy, successful, luxurious life. That's really cool.
Yes.